everyone, welcome to Folk Project Television. I'm your host, Joe Guzzo. Today's show features performances by Backroad Joe McKay, Adam Snyder, Tim Grimm, and the Family Band. And all of these performances are archived on the Horses Sing None of It YouTube channel, so you can go look for them there. Well, here we are, mid-October. Halloween's less than 2 weeks away, and even more frightening, there's a presidential election a few days later. Now, I'm certain that whatever the results that we wind up with, there are going to be a bunch of unhappy people. Of course, there's probably going to be a lot of happy ones as well. And I guess I'll have to see which side of the bed I get out of on November 4th to see how I'm going to feel. You never know, right? A few weeks after that, we'll have the last Friday the 13th of the year 2020. Now, I'm not superstitious or anything, but there's so much taking place that I'm wondering what will happen by then. And that brings us to the reason for this program, the music. That's why we're here. So let's get to it now. Long before Donna Karan and Calvin Klein infiltrated Secaucus with designer fashions at discount prices, the blue-collar suburban community was known for its pig farms. And Joe McKay was born on a Secaucus pig farm back in 1946. He said it used to be the hog capital of the East, and anywhere you went in the world, if you mentioned Secaucus, people would hold their nose. Well, up until the late 1950s, there were probably more than 30 pig farms sandwiched in between the Hackensack and Penhorn Creek, Hackensack River and Penhorn Creek. And the McKay farm was a 2-acre plot of land just off Secaucus Road, which was more commonly referred to as the Backroad back then. And it was home to over 6,000 pigs. McKay said, and I quote, "The Backroad was an unusual place. There were the pig farms and saloons. It was like something out of the old Wild West. From whiskey-hazed wage workers to Henry Kosciuszko, who was the notorious pig farmer who ran for president, Secaucus in the 1950s was like the old Wild West, which was overflowing with vibrant characters. Well, 10 years ago, McKay decided to capitalize on his colorful past. He attended a songwriter's workshop and began to write the songs that used his childhood as a framework. You know, McKay's music renders a portrait of Secaucus some of the town's newer denizens may not even know existed. He says, "I remember when people used to boil grease to make their own soap." He said that, "I got a good feel of what Depression was like." And he captures the Depression-era mood in Chicken, Shorty, and Cockeyed Joe, which you're going to hear today. And it's a song about 3 homeless men who cleaned stables on his father's farm. And he said, "I distinctly remember them. We called them swiner priests, and they used to clean up the manure. According to Mom, they came from Eastern Europe, and they would get jobs on merchants, jump ship, and then when they got to New York, they wind up homeless on the Bowery. Farmers would go then into the city and round them up to work on the farms. And we only knew them by their nicknames. Everybody on the back road had a nickname. But as I grew up, I started thinking that these people must have had real names and a family." Now, the first song, which begins, "Backroad Joe didn't know where to go. He didn't know what path in life he should seek. He was born on a pig farm down on Secaucus Road near the banks of the Penhorn Creek." It's similarly nostalgic. And the back road used to be pretty famous, he would say. The sad thing about Secaucus is there were so many treasures, and now it's all been paved over and developed. Isn't that the lament of many small towns that have vanished in the last 50, 60 years? And now, while it's been more than 40 years since those pig farms furnished the Secaucus landscape, McCoy still finds himself mourning for the poetic, if slightly fetid, days of his youth. He says, "It's still hard for me to adjust to the changes." Now, he was in touch with the end of the era, and it was very fortunate to have had the childhood that he had. And I think it's time to listen to some of his music. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Backroad Joe McKay.
2, 3, 4. Backroad Joe didn't know where to go. He didn't know what path in life he should see. He was born on a pig farm down on Secaucus Road near the banks of the Penhorn Creek. His father said, "Son, if you want to survive, you gotta work your hands to the bone. You gotta get up in the morning before the sun starts to shine, and it be dark before you ever go home. And don't go to gambling or running wild, and don't go to drinking booze. And don't get married or you'll never be free. You spend your whole life wearing working man's shoes." So he got himself a job on the local truck farm. They paid him 60 cents for an hour. And he swore he'd forsake what his daddy said if it ever comes within his power. And he worked in the fields in the muddy ground, picking weeds and pushing a hoe. Out there in the heat till the sun goes down, that's the only life a backroader knows. Backroad Joe, he's feeling so low, he works 7 long days a week. He was born on a pig farm down on Secaucus Road near the banks of the Penhorn Creek. Things got better as he grew to be a man. He finally hit himself a stroke of luck. He finally got himself a much better job, working on a garbage truck. And the job paid well if you could stand the smell, especially in the summer heat. He never had to worry about running out of work, and he could take home all that he could eat. Backroad Joe, he's feeling so low, he works 7 long days a week. He was born on a pig farm down on Secaucus Road near the banks of the Penhorn Creek. Backroad Joe, he's kind of getting real old. All that hard work ain't getting him far. So he tells a lot of stories about the world that he knew in songs with his old guitar. And he travels around on the open mic scene, dreaming of a better life. He knows those dreams will never be real, but he's feeding 7 kids and a wife. Backroad Joe, he's feeling so low, he works 7 long days a week. He was born on a pig farm down on Secaucus Road near the banks of the Penhorn Creek.
All right, all right.
If you feel like you're missing out on getting at the finer things in life, you're not an ass. Forget the past, forgive yourself, things will be alright. You've worked hard, obeyed the laws, and paid all those taxes that came due. You're still alive and looking good. You got a mind and a loving heart, and there's still a lot this life can offer you. So don't cook your dinner on the fire that's burning down your house. And don't take a bath in the water, you'll need to put it out. And don't let your kids know that you once did all the things they do. or you'll find them walking all over the sunny side of you. Yeah, your kids will tell you, give it up, you're getting old and you're just out of touch. They'll treat you like you've seen denial, like soon you'll need a rocking chair and crutch. But as long as I'm kicking and my heart's still ticking, I'll follow my dreams and have some fun. For my life ain't over, there's still a lot of songs that must be sung. So don't cook your dinner on the fire that's burning down your house. And don't take a bath in the water, you'll need to put it out. And don't let your kids know that you once did all the things they do, or you'll find them walking all over the sunny side of you. Yeah, don't cook your dinner on the fire that's burning down your house. And don't take a bath in the water, you'll need to put it out. And don't let your kids know that you once did all the things they do, or you'll find them walking all over the sunny side of you. Yeah, you'll find them walking all over the sunny side of you.
All right.
Chicken and Shorty and Cockeyed Joe, did they have real names? I'll never know. Forgotten faces from a long, long time ago. Chicken and Shorty and Cockeyed Joe, did they have real names? I'll never know. Forgotten faces from a long, long time ago. They came here from the far, far east. 3 old men, they called them swine priest. They cleaned big stables down on those Secaucus farms. Recruited from the Bowery, they were down and out, ridiculed by children as they staggered about. 'Cause all their labor brought them was whiskey and a shack they called home, and a pair of rubber boots that they wore till they died alone. Chicken and Shorty and Cockeyed Joe, did they have real names? I'll never know. Forgotten faces from a long, long time ago. I saw their faces through the eyes of a child at play, those sudden smiles as they went their way through the junkyards of humanity. That's where they roam, in a pair of rubber boots that they wore till they died alone. Oh, America, with all the dreams that you spin, a lot of folks struggle, but they still don't win. Still, they are your children, and you must not let them go to become homeless people with names that we'll never know. Like Chicken and Shorty and Cockeyed Joe. Chicken and Shorty and Cockeyed Joe, did they have real names? I'll never know. Forgotten faces from a long, long time ago. Chicken and Shorty and Cockeyed Joe, did they have real names? I'll never know. Forgotten faces from a long, long time ago. Chicken and Shorty, Cockeyed Joe. Go something like this. in a factory and he gave his wife his pay. He raised 6 kids in a cold water flat. He was poor till his dying day. But he lived his life as a gentleman. He was happy with the simple things, like a hot bowl of soup, cold glass of beer, and family gatherings. Jaju was a working man. Jaju was a working man. Jaju was a working man. He was poor till his dying day. He used to clap his hands and stomp his feet to the music of the Polish songs, sing while I played my accordion in the language of the land he was born. He used to take me for walks in a ferry road ride. I remember how he held my hand as we walked through the park where he met old friends and talked about the motherland. Jaju was an immigrant. Jaju was an immigrant. Jaju was an immigrant. Came from a foreign land. Yeah, they talked about the time that they sent him away as a soldier in the cavalry for 5 long years and a war for the Tsar, for he came to the land of the free. I remember how he cried just a year before he died, how he held me as I came through his door. When he first saw me wearing that uniform, I was drafted for the Vietnam War. Jaju was a soldier, Jaju was a soldier, Jaju was a soldier, he rode in the cavalry. Now my Jaju, he is gone, but his memory lives on as I gaze at his picture on the wall, with his long shiny sword and his blue uniform as he stands there so straight and tall. And I know he's up in heaven walking down the golden street with a rosary in his calloused hands, with a woolen sweater on and slippers on his feet and the smile of a humble man. Jaju was a Polish man. Jaju was a Polish man. Jaju was a Polish man. He believed in the land of the free. Jaju worked in the factory, gave his wife his pay. He raised 6 kids in a cold water flat. He was poor till his dying day.
All right.
This song is based on a book I was reading, talking about the Nile River, and what I learned was the Nile River is made of 2 rivers, which is the Blue Nile and the White Nile. The land which the Blue Nile flows through is a very muddy country, and it takes a lot of mud from the land as it passes through. But the White Nile flows crystal clear. And when the 2 rivers come together, if you're looking from a high vantage point, you can see one side of the river is muddy and the other side is clear. But as the rivers flow downstream, the 2 rivers merge and you just can't tell one from the other. I got to believe in that relationships are the same way, as when people spend enough time together, each one takes on a little bit of the other. And this song is called 2 Great Rivers. Like 2 great rivers, we will flow side by side throughout our lives. 2 loving hearts will merge as one as we chart the course we go. But a time will come when we'll have to part from our journey to the sea. And a part of me will go with you, and a part of you with me. Like a river of water in a desert land, you have shared your life with me. In the midst of the storm. You have held my hand as we sail the raging sea. But you have a friend, and to be a friend till we reach our destiny. Then a part of me will go with you, and a part of you with me. Like the shade of a rock in a barren land, you have hid me from the wind. When life stripped me bare of what I held dear, you have always been my friend. But a time will come when the hands of fate will move us separately. Then a part of me will go with you, and a part of you with me.
Very pretty.
Well, Adam Snyder joined Mercury Rev in 1994 and remained for about, I guess it was 5 years. He devoted a good part of 2 years to the band's tour in support of their 1998 album, Deserters Song. And he stepped back from that hectic schedule to regroup back in Kingston, New York. And he started to write warmer, more intimate material along the lines of traditional folk. Many of the songs he's penned contain stories, convey some childhood memories distilled through the eyes of his experience. And he cites his major influences as being from Bob Dylan, Lucinda Williams, Woody Guthrie, and Greg Brown. So please relax and listen with me to the sounds of Adam Snyder.
Right down in the summer, what the winter has taken away, making a note of what's been left for dead. Right now, to be honest, I don't care what the people say, or if the summer sun done gone and baked my head. The power's out downtown tonight, but it don't matter to me. I'm still gonna walk around tonight and see what I can see and write it down. This uneven sidewalk made of stone so blue, it sometimes even tripped me in the day. Right now I can hear it talking underneath my shoe. I can hear the long gone people say, hey. One thing brighter than a barn dance is the whole barn burning down. And then one night we had the chance to see them burn the whole damn town. They burned it down. Century Irishmen dug that big canal, and then the railroad come and blew it all away. Big old German breweries, cigar shirt brick factories, only whispered voices now remain. Patty went up on election day. They hit his head like a billy goat, sent him to his early grave, his unmarked grave. Distant wars and Great Depression sometimes leave a big impression, but sometimes people bring it on themselves. Two-car garage, great invention, chucking middle-class ambition. Leave your road downtown a hollow shell. Your shining strip mall landscape seems so clownish now. Built to serve one company, then the company moved out. They're moving south. Right now in the summer, this desolation haze might be a bit more precious than it seems. 'Cause the city folks just found us. They wanna make our road downtown look like damn pictures in their magazines. The power's coming back on tonight. You better walk real fast. Enjoy a night out with the ghosts, 'cause it ain't gonna last. Always something in the city has been creeping around this town, and now its own facsimile is coming to knock it down. So write it down, write it down, paint a picture and write it down. Yeah. Woo. There you go. This one's called Leaves of Grass. I tell myself I've got a lazy eye. I tell myself that I want to cry. Still I know that I've got to try just to put it all down. I tell myself that it ain't the truth. How can it be when you got no proof? Still I'm gonna sing it from the roof, 'cause I've got no choice. Some sweet day I'm gonna carry my prayers to the common ground, and all the people gonna go where the leaves are gonna blow when I'm not around. Gonna sleep where the grass is high, where the sun eats up the sky. All the people saying, my, if this ain't the damn world up. And if the spirit should rise in you, let me tell you what you wanna do. You got to rise into that spirit too, and let the feeling flow around. Some sweet day I'm gonna carry my prayers to the common ground, and all the people gonna go where the leaves are gonna blow when I'm not around. I see myself as I begin to fly, and become the transparent eye, then I barely even have to try, and I'm never coming down. I see the sleepers and I see the troops, I see it all rolled up in one big scoop. Now I'm gonna sing it from the roof, 'cause I got no choice. Some sweet day I'm gonna bury my prayers in the common ground, and all the people gonna go where the leaves are gonna grow and I'm not around. And though the wind keeps blowing, I'm gonna keep on going, even if 100 years slip by since I started my task. And my hairs are gonna blow, and my tears are gonna flow, and my prayers are gonna grow like leaves of grass. So the song covers that too. Maybe it's just a shack where my mama and daddy dwell, but I'm gonna be the president like my daddy says I will. But first I'll float on this old truck tire across the creek a spell, and I'm gonna spend all Friday night alone on Old Snake Hill. 'Cause the hill it knows, it's the hill that knows me so well. The hill watched me as a baby when I took my first steps. It felt me caressed its mighty back when first I found my legs. And the hill blessed the Mohegan, they raised their children here, pulled fish from the Hudson for about 10,000 years. And the hill it knows, it's the hill that knows me so well. The hill knows I like whiskey, it knows I cuss and smoke, and a couple of us taking a girl or two up the hill to have a go. But if they do to the hill what they say that they will, Lord knows it'd be a sin. I'm gonna fight that damn developer man, sure as my name is Mickey Finn. 'Cause the hell he knows what the hell it knows, and the hell it knows, it's the hell that knows these things so well. Nice, thank you. By the way, the song "Ask the Dust" doesn't actually have anything to do with John Fonte, but it's just such a good title, you know, I just had to take it. I can't stand back up tonight. I'm not feeling too well. If I could say who turned out the light, her face might ring a bell. If I fall asleep where I fell, who's gonna tell you? These things will happen every now and then. What are you gonna do? I can't find the strength to bend and take off my other shoe. And I am thinking of you, as I always do, as I always do. If I wake up in the morning, will I still find this empty room? Or did you leave any dust in the corners to ask for my return? So what was I supposed to learn? Was I supposed to learn? Why, oh why did they pick Mickey Rourke for that part? Some faceless nobody would look great in the dark. No, Mickey don't look anything like Charles in my mind. Though I do appreciate the way he said that line. To all my friends, good friends and bad friends too, I raise my drink to you, even stupid bastards who leave me crying. To all my friends, those here in my company, those who I might not see till this all ends. To all my friends, how can a poetic drifter drift into town now that our old bus station's been torn down to the ground? The beauty of a hilltop mansion any fool can see, but something in that old bus station spoke poetry to me. To all my friends, trees, dogs, and buildings too, I raise my drink to you, people and places I live my life with. To all my friends, those who've been torn away, those who might come to stay till this all ends. To all my friends. when at first I wrote these words, dear old Charles was still alive. Then came his obituary with no picture there on page 5. At first I feared his ghost would hear the weakness in these lines, but rot gut's sometimes better than grapes rotting on the vine. All my friends, live friends and dead ones too, I raise my drink to you. Your spirit's always out there flying. To all my friends, those here in my company and those who I might not see till this all ends. To all my friends, those here in my company, those who I might not see till this all ends. To all my friends.
Tim Grimm and the Family Band is made up of one of those rare collaborations, a family that wants to play and work together. Well, maybe that's not so rare, but in this case, we're getting a chance to enjoy the talents of Tim and his family. Along with his wife Jan and his sons Connor and Jackson, Tim brings us songs about his folk heroes and the life he's led. Well, Tim's ruminations wander far and wide, but the trip is always worth taking. His lyrics share the warmth he has for his subjects, and he can be quite clever with his messages and what he wants to say. He isn't always subtle either, as you'll see when you listen to the song Woody's Landlord. He can be pretty edgy at times, soulful at other times, and always himself. So let's listen to some of his songs right now.
Well, I come from these rolling hills, and my feet know the path I walked when I was a kid. I come from these rolling hills. I have moved through these golden fields with my lover by my side and a dog at our heels. I have moved through these golden fields. I remember bells of blue ringing in this land in voices old and new. I remember bells of blue. Winter will be hard this year, 'cause I know the seasons change, but this one I've come to fear. Songs of joy turned to silence and hope turned into fear. Winter will be hard this year. Darkness rides a hungry beast, rides into the wind and never suffers peace. It speaks a separate truth for anyone who seeks. Darkness rides a hungry beast, and I feel like a stranger in this town. People living lives across a great divide. Half of them are laughing, the other half a cry. I feel like a stranger in this town. some years from now, and a simple twist of grace, I can see a smile on your face. And I come from these rolling hills, they hold a quiet heart. I know the way they feel. I come from these rolling hills. I took you up Brownie Mountain. You did not know what you would see. Sky hung blue on Brownie Mountain. There stood the forest through the trees. We walked the path, some old mule train took us back through the fallen leaves. It was on our way up Brownie Mountain. Then we passed the ghost of you and me. They were dressed in plain, simple clothing. They were walking down as we walked up with their arms entwined. Could not see us. Their eyes were filled with timeless love. And I took your hand in joy and sorrow. We watched them fade so peacefully. We were halfway there, up Brownie Mountain, touched by grace, nearly free. Felt the silence, and with your eyes you questioned me. Were those the goals of past or future? It's hard to know what's meant to be. It was near the edge that I stopped you. I said, ahead is a mystery. Now close your eyes. I know to trust me. There's even more for you to see. Almost sacred across the hill, like scattered bones. These giant rocks lay in an order, as if the guys played dominoes. We don't know why, when or how, dear, these ancient stones came here to be, but they made their up on Brownie Mountain. Won't you rest your head on one with me? Just the sound of a lonesome sparrow and the dance of a single leaf on a sun-warmed stone. We lay together. Sometimes the truth is a mystery. fingers are cold. Johnny Cash is dead and gone. The wayfaring stranger, been away too long. The contrary farmer, hitching up his mule. There's been a change of plans, you see, the cavalry's coming through. Someone grabbed a hammer, must have been Big John. Skinny Pete is hollering, gonna strap his banjo on. Marlowe's in his teepee, playing spoons and bones. Dylan's got the scepter, but Ramblin' Jack is on the throne. So Kerouac to Ramblin' Jack, I got something for you to hear. Come on to my place tonight for some cocaine and beer. He had a long piece of paper rolled up something like a scroll. Sit down, Jack, you're the first to hear this thing called On the Road. Jack was out in England, playing on the street. Mick stood there watching, tapping both his feet. Jack jumped on his Vespa with no direction home. He got the boys and he started a band they called the Rolling Stones. Now he come little Bobby, he got a big head. How the hell else can he sing those things he said? He got it all from Woody underneath the Christmas tree. Jack was playing Santa Claus and Bobby he would leave. Jerry Jeff was talking, said, I got a brand new song. It almost plays itself, he said. People just sing along. You be the first to record it, Jack. Maybe you won't have to ramble. Jack just smiled and Jerry Jeff played Mr. Bojangles. Jack was at the table, sitting with Tom Waits. Some origami figures, some whiskey, and a cake. They were talking about their voices. They get sometimes sore and cracked. Tea with lemon, said old Tom. Tea with lemon. Jack. Somewhere near the ocean, in a little house that's red, Jack is drawing pictures of sailboats in his head. One day he will launch that ship and sail out into the sun. And on the beach will stand everyone he's touched by doing the things he's done. King of the folk singers, don't think twice. I ain't got no home. The Buffalo Skinners, 912 Greens, Pretty Boy Floyd, Ludlow Massacre, Hard Ain't It Hard, Railroad Bell. This land is your land, South Coast. I love you, Jack. Get the banjo in tune. That's a Pete Seeger long neck banjo, but I don't need to tell you that, Ralph. Here's a story about Woody Guthrie in New York City in '49. He had a landlord his money, every nickel and every dime. Now Woody came from Oklahoma. He knew the people, he knew the land. He told their hard times, he shared their stories. Every woman, kid and man. Some folks believe that life's a circle. What's gone away comes back around. And if you've given more than you've taken, your feet will soon be glory bound. Now Woody's landlord, this ain't no bunk. He was the father of Donald Trump, making fortunes and buying land. Let the rich get richer from the poor man's hand. Some folks like greenbacks and property, and the status quo is a place to be. It's the same old story, like Woody said. Some folks will rob you with a pound pen. Some folks believe that life's a circle. What's gone away comes back around. If you've given more than you've taken, your feet will soon be glory bound. I had a dream that Woody's son played in the sandbox with Donald Trump. Harlow sang and shook his head while Donald's face was turning red. He's a bully, he's a punk, he's made of money, that's what Harlow thought. When he got to this land is your land, Trump's little fingers started throwing sand. Some folks believe that life's a circle. What's gone away comes back around. If you've given more than you've taken, your feet will soon be glory bound. Hey, who's your boy? Loved JFK, but as he grew older, he lost his way. The dark clouds rolled, the truth asunder, and a righteous few, they pulled him under. What's black is black, what's white is white. Tells you who to love, tells you who to fight. We mostly know what he's against, the narrow vision of Mike Pence. Some folks believe that life's a circle. What's gone away comes back around. If you've given more than you've taken, your feet will soon be glory bound. Woke up this morning, it made no sense. Our fearless leaders were Trump and Pence. We hitched our wagon to Don and Mike, a greedy devil and the Christian right. Now Woody sang about Jesus Christ. Woody walked the walk, Woody fought the fight. He loved every race and all religions. He honored men and he honored women. Some folks believe that life's a circle. What's gone away come back around. If you've given more than you've taken, your feet will soon be glory bound. Back it. Your feet will soon be glory bound. We pull no punches in the folk music world.
Well, it looks like we run out of music for today's show, but there's more coming next week. I have some interviews coming up very soon, so look for those announcements on both this, our YouTube channel, and on our Facebook page. Don't forget to vote. Election Day is only 16 days from today, and every vote is essential. So let's get it done. And whatever method you use to cast your ballot, please do so safely. And if you've already voted, I really applaud you. Thanks so much for doing that. You know, unless you've been living under a rock in the Antarctic, you know about the coronavirus. So please continue to be smart. Take all the recommended precautions, and it looks like we actually have a new viral tsunami coming at us, and you don't want to be swept away with the COVID-laden waters that it probably contains. So keep using those masks when you go out. Wash your hands often, and please stay the heck away from other people. Well, thanks for watching today's show. And if you haven't done so already, please click the subscribe button on our YouTube channel. Now, I've got some more live interviews in store for you. And this coming week, I'm going to be working with the good folks from the Circle Around the Sun, members from the Folk Project itself, and Dave Vargo. And we're going to be working on some future shows. So that'll be getting recorded very, very soon and broadcast on air. I'm looking forward to get those things done and out. Well, that's all I have for today, my friends. I hope you can join me next week. And until then, remain calm, listen to as much music as you possibly can, and, as I always say, may peace be in your heart. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.